It all started with quiet. No warning, no social media hints, just a noticeable shift in LaTisha Scott's energy. Fans picked up on it right away. For weeks, something seemed off. On screen, she looked distracted, like her mind was somewhere else entirely. While the rest of the cast stirred up their usual drama, LaTisha began to pull back. She stopped posting on Instagram. No more polished selfies, no behind-the-scenes clips, barely any interaction with her castmates. At first, people thought she was just tired. Maybe she needed a break. But behind closed doors, something much more serious was happening. And when the truth came out, it hit like a ton of bricks. LaTisha had filed for divorce. It wasn't gossip. It wasn't a tease for the next episode. This was the real deal. Legal papers had been filed. And the reason? Her husband of over 15 years, Marsau Scott, had allegedly been cheating. And not with a stranger but with Stormi Steele. Yes, that's Stormi. A cast member and someone LaTisha had once considered a close friend. You couldn't have written a more shocking betrayal if you tried. As soon as the news broke, fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville were stunned. This wasn't just a typical reality TV scandal. LaTisha and Marsau were seen as a solid couple, a power team. Together, they built businesses, a cigar lounge, real estate ventures, and they often spoke about black love, loyalty, and success. On the surface, their life seemed like something out of a dream. But underneath that polished image, cracks had been forming for a long time. Marsau always came off as confident, even a little cocky. He had that smirk, the fast talk, and a way of brushing things off that made people uneasy. Longtime viewers noticed how he often dismissed LaTisha's feelings or took over conversations. Whenever cheating rumors came up in the past, he'd laugh them off, but that smile never reached his eyes. LaTisha stayed loyal. Even when whispers of infidelity grew louder. Even when it meant ignoring her gut. But the final straw wasn't a rumor. It was proof. One night, LaTisha used Marsau's phone for something innocent, related to their child's school project. While scrolling, she came across deleted texts that had been saved to the cloud. Flirty messages, hotel addresses, and most telling one from Stormi that allegedly read, "Let's keep it quiet like before." You know she's already suspicious. That one message changed everything. She didn't scream. She didn't run online. She walked straight to the kitchen and confronted Marsau face to face. What followed was a heated argument. Marsau claimed nothing happened, said Stormi was just a friend trying to help. But LaTisha wasn't buying it, not anymore. By morning, she had called her lawyer. But here's the twist: LaTisha didn't go public right away. She kept filming. She kept smiling. She watched. She wanted to see what Stormi and Marsau would do now that the secret was out. And Stormi didn't disappoint. If anything, she added fuel to the fire. Suddenly, Stormi started posting cryptic Instagram stories, shots of hotel rooms, fancy robes, and captions like, "Peace comes from unexpected places." One picture even showed a hotel suite that LaTisha and Marsau had stayed in for an anniversary years ago. That was the final straw. LaTisha officially filed for divorce, citing cheating and emotional harm. But the drama didn't stop there. Just 2 days after the news exploded online, Stormi went live on Instagram. Full makeup, wine in hand, like she was launching a new skincare line instead of facing the biggest cheating scandal on reality TV. She smiled, promoted her new product, and acted like nothing was wrong. But viewers flooded the comments with questions. Did she sleep with Marsau? Why betray LaTisha? Say her name. Stormi stayed cool. She gave a half answer: people love a villain story. Grown folks make grown decisions. That's all I'm gonna say. She didn't deny anything. She didn't admit it either. She left the truth hanging in the air like a dare. Then came the video. A now deleted reel showed her walking down a hallway in a tight dress, with a voiceover that said, "You ever walk into a room where everyone knows the truth, but they all pretend?" The caption read, "Let them guess. I'm not explaining what they already know." It went viral. People called her heartless, calculated, cruel. But she didn't stop. She started reposting memes one-liners clearly aimed at LaTisha without using her name. One read, "A wife who ignores red flags just paints her whole life red." Another said, "Don't come for me unless you're sure your man didn't." The internet was split. Some defended Stormi, saying Marsau was the one who broke vows. Others dragged her, calling her a fake friend and a clout chaser. Then things got even messier. A voicemail was leaked. Fans say it was Stormi's voice, telling someone, "I didn't plan it. It just happened. He wasn't happy. I was there." The way she said it, the tone, it was hard to ignore. She never confirmed it, but the damage was done. LaTisha, meanwhile, said nothing. No interviews. No posts. Just silence. But sometimes silence says more than words. Her castmates started showing where they stood. Melody Holt posted, "Play with fire long enough and you burn your brand down." Kimmy Grant shared a quote about betrayal from people you trust. Stormi, feeling the heat, tried to do damage control. Through her business page, she put out a statement, Steele stands for honesty, growth, and staying focused on business. But the timing felt fake. Fans weren't buying it. Her sales dropped. Influencers distanced themselves. The comment sections turned savage. Because at the end of the day, this wasn't just about cheating. It was about loyalty. And in the world of love and marriage, who you betray matters just as much as what you do. Finally, Marsau spoke. Not in an interview, but in a moody Instagram video filmed at his cigar lounge. He sat alone, dimly lit, talking about legacy and false narratives. "I've made mistakes," he said. "But I won't be the villain in a story I built." People weren't having it. The comments exploded. "This isn't a TED Talk, apologize to your wife," one fan wrote. He ended with, "Some people file for divorce not because of betrayal, but because they're tired of losing battles they were never meant to fight." That's when the gaslighting accusations started. Then, a former assistant came forward anonymously, sharing alleged proof of secret meetups with someone labeled SS Stormi Steele. Screenshots, calendar entries, voice notes, even emails came out. Suddenly, this wasn't just a messy love triangle. It looked like a pattern: lies, cover-ups, and control. Still, Marsau didn't delete a single photo of LaTisha from his page. Old anniversary posts, family pictures, they all stayed up. Fans called it manipulation. Was he trying to prove he cared? Or just refusing to let her go on her terms? Either way, LaTisha was done playing the quiet wife. Sources say she's working on a one-on-one special. Her side of the story, told her way. No filters. No edits. She's kept the screenshots. The dates. The messages. Not for revenge. For clarity. For healing. Because this wasn't just a breakup. It was her finally standing up and saying, "I'm done pretending everything's okay." It's the end of an era not just for a couple, but for everything they claimed to stand for. The fall of Huntsville's so-called power couple wasn't just about love lost or infidelity exposed. This was deeper. It was the unraveling of years of carefully crafted branding, public image, and quiet sacrifices made behind the scenes. People didn't just witness a divorce. They witnessed a reckoning. What makes this hit harder is that it wasn't played out in whispers or tabloids. It happened in real time, right in front of the very fans who once believed in the dream. Black love, black excellence, building an empire together. LaTisha and Marsau marketed that life. But what viewers got was the painful truth. Behind every curated photo and business launch, there was a woman who kept shrinking to make her marriage look bigger. And now? That silence is gone. LaTisha's not the same woman from a year ago. She's not standing behind anyone anymore. Not her husband. Not her image. Not even her pain. She's stepping forward, alone but stronger than ever. The LaTisha the world is about to see isn't waiting for permission to speak. She's not asking for sympathy. She's done preserving the illusion. And if that illusion has to burn for her truth to rise, so be it. Marsau may still be sitting in his cigar lounge, spinning narratives about legacy and misunderstood intentions. Stormi might still be posting cryptic quotes, pretending her hands are clean. But the court of public opinion has made one thing clear: when you build a brand on love and loyalty, and break both, you better be ready for what comes next. So, as the dust settles in Huntsville, remember this: some stories don't need a hero or a villain. Sometimes, they just need the truth. And LaTisha Scott? She's ready to tell it. So stay tuned, because the comeback is never quiet and hers is just getting started. Sometimes, they just need the truth. And LaTisha Scott? She's ready to tell it. So stay tuned, because the comeback is never quiet and hers is just getting started.